BeArtRap, Cape Flats. Ze weet mos, ze boot, kos, ze weet mos. Voordat ik tip, top, ze weet mos. Ze weet mos, ze weet mos. Ze weet mos, ze weet mos. As I pocket the thought I had bought money I brought to my hand. Bought me some patience, a plan, business, I'm off to the bank. How are you seeing yourself? My life is abundantly stacked. Pack it and pack it, the tracks. Move it like duck on the flats. Real is the truth, but fact is a fact. Back to the trap, I in a B, E in a V, E in a R, Y in a T, H in a I, N in a G. Spell it for me, spell it for me, spell it for me. Ze weet mos wie is die. Ze weet mos wie is die. C, P, D, 2, J, H, B. Ze weet mos wie is die. Ze weet mos wie is die. Ze weet mos wie is die. C, P, D, 2, J, H, B. Ze weet mos wie is. Can we talk about the cars? Can we talk about the shoes?
So we're chilling here with BeArtRap all the way from Mitchell's Plain. Let's see if you know that there's a live so thank you so much for joining us. Can you please just tell the viewers who you are and how you got into things, like how life started for you?
Okay. Well, my name is Fagrie Vraagom. I stay in Mitchell's Plain, Beacon Valley. This is my hometown we're chilling in. I go by the MC name of BeArtRap, like BeArtRap. So yeah, that's basically who I am. I've been living in Beacon Valley my whole life. I'm 26 years of age now. Thank you to CTV for this interview.
Awesome, man. Awesome stuff.
Give thanks.
Yeah, and tell us like about your story, like when you were born, how things were when you actually grew up. What was it like to grow up here in Mitchell's Plain?
Okay. Well, I actually have one of those typical ghetto stories, I'll say. Basically, my story started when I was 2 months old. My mommy was a drug addict. So when I was 2 months old, she left me by my grandmother's house. Like the story goes, she left me outside on the bin. And she left and it was raining, and then my grandmother got me. And since that day, I've been living with my grandmother.
Sure. So
Yeah.
So you basically grew up in the plain. Your grandmother raised you, and obviously having your mom as a drug addict, you also had the option to go into that way of life. Like, what made you not choose that way?
Yeah, of course. Like I have experimented with drugs before. Living in the ghetto, you're prone to experience those kind of things early. But I think mainly it's because I was forced to grow up quick in a way, so I experienced my youth very early, if you know what I mean. So on that grounds, like I think that when I realized that I could actually write was when I started diving deeper into myself and finding me.
Sure.
Do you understand? Finding me. So that was the thing that made me overcome the ghetto thing, because like I said, I did experiment with drugs. Hanging around in street corners, wasting time, you know what I mean? Lots of hours doing nothing. So where does your life go? And that's why I start this community project. It's called Travel Spirit, where I have some, like they're between 10 and 14 years old. Boys only. I take, it's an adventure club. So then I take them on hikes, I take them to the beach, I take them out for the day and whatever, so that they might not fall in a trap that I could have fell in, because I was privileged enough for my grandmother to send me to high school out of Mitchell's Plain. I went to Cape Town High, so I think that's when I saw there's a world out there, man, and that's the thing that woke me up. That's why I would like to influence the younger ones' lives early already. You know what I mean? Because if they see out there, there's a life out there more than just this. It might let them aspire to.
Like it did you.
Of course.
Awesome. And tell me, when did you get into the scene? How did you get into the industry of MCing?
Well, hip hop started for me like maybe 6 years ago or so. One day I just thought of a line and I started writing, and that's how my story began. And now I've written like hundreds of songs. And I even songwrite for this other artist. She's coming out in 2017. Her name is Michelle. You better check her out. Yeah, she's from Mitchell's Plain also. Lovely stuff. She's beautiful, powerful voice. So I songwrite for her also.
amper soos neeu. Ek weet nie.
Ja, is nog hier aan.
Ons kom daar. Tell me the name BeArtRap. What does it mean? Like, how did you get to that name? What is the meaning of it?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the origin story. When I was like 12 or 13 years old, I was on this trance type of level. So I used to go to a lot of matinees and stuff, right?
I jump.
Yes, you know Dark Side back in the days and all of that stuff. So I used to there was this place in Century City Space Station.
Yeah.
They used to give out these flyers for parties.
Yeah.
And then it was a BeArtRap party, man.
Okay.
Anyway, I stuck it on my wall. Years went by, something like maybe 12 years went by, and I was laying on my bed one day and I was just looking at this BeArtRap thing, and then my eye and my mind broke it down.
Okay.
Broke the parts down, and I saw B, and I saw art, and I saw rap. And then I thought to myself, wow, BeArtRap. And that's around the time I started writing also.
Awesome. So everything just fell into place for you, basically.
Definitely. And basically, like writing my story for me was the thing that made me heal. I'll say.
So basically, your passion basically helped you like heal also in your past.
Writing because like I say, writing it with writing it has a healing ability because it's like you speaking to someone, but they're not judging you. They're not saying anything back. They're just listening.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? So it's that type of vibe, man. So that was the thing that got me to where I am now. As far as industry goes, I don't know if I'm in the industry.
But
know
you
what
are
I mean?
there. You are rapping. Tell me, what does hip hop mean to you?
Well, I'm versatile, man. I don't think I can be boxed. So hip hop to me is music.
Okay.
In general. So whether I be doing jazz music or whatever soul, R&B, pop, I can do it all. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. But to me, it's the same thing. It represents the same thing. It's someone with a message. You know what I mean? Someone who has something to say.
Awesome. Tell me like your vision. What is your vision with your writing and your music? What is the vision? Where do you see yourself? What's next year?
Well, basically, like in all my writing, I have the same underlying topic, and that is that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. We can do it together. You see, the thing is, I don't want to marginalize or speak about race, but brown people, my people, we are very broken down already, man. Psychologically also, so we tend to not believe in ourselves. We tend to not see beyond what we are seeing here. So that is basically my vision. I want to show by example that we can do this. We are as great as the Neos of the world and the Eminems of the world, whatever. It's just, how do you see yourself, man?
Sure. You know, you're inspiring me so much. Like speaking to you before the interview, even like how positive. Like when I've met you, you're so positive, man. I never knew your story was this deep, man. And the fact that you're still so positive, like I don't know how you do it. Can you please just like tell us how do you stay so positive in this passion, like every day? I mean, being in this industry, this is not the States. I mean, you don't get money somewhere, you know. So how do you stay so passionate, man? Because your positivity, it's like I can take from it. You know what I mean? And going through everything you went through, you're still here and you're still standing, you're still positive about life, man. How do you do that?
I think like I've always had the sense that I was guided by some higher energy, and although I might not have had a father figure in my life who was supposed to teach me the manly things in the world, I always had a sense of direction. I always knew which turn to take and where to go, you understand? So I think that guided me in a way. It got me to a point where I was conscious enough to realize that life is beautiful, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, beautifully said. I think I'm a motivational speaker, right? Tell me any highlights in your career so far, in the music career. Any highlights that you want to share that you in your life, yeah?
Well, I've done a couple of things already in my life. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I was at an academy, Ubuntu Academy. It's some Dutch people that came here and started the thing. So in the time I was there, I was on Hart van Nederlands. That is Netherlands' top news channel. They flied over to interview me.
Lovely.
And then I did a number of things. I created a sweater brand. Me and another guy is my next door neighbor. We created a sweater brand for also a Dutch company called Wiet, and it sold in like over 200 stores in Europe.
Sure.
So I did some stuff. I didn't get paid from it because I was bound to the academy. But I have a couple of highlights. I did some interviews with people also from overseas. But for a while, like a year or so, maybe a year and a half ago, I haven't been focusing too much on music and that kind of things. I was trying to get my life in order, because like I say, nobody had left stuff for us. Like our forefathers had made no provision for us. So it's almost like the future rests on us.
We need to make that change.
The future rests on us, yeah. So if we don't put any steps in place for the future generation, they'll be in the same boat we are. That's why I can tell you, I don't know if I'm in the industry, because do you understand where are we going with it, man?
Exactly.
Do you understand? Like I've submitted music to radio, they play it once or twice in a show, but do you understand? That's as far as it goes. But I think that Cape Town as a whole, we are more fixed and focused on the leisure type of elements, because we live by the beach and we have guest houses and we, you know what I mean? So we just on the chill, yeah, koop 'n paar biere, dinges is whatever, we chill. So, but in the scheme of things, over the amount of years, we do nothing. We don't actually impact and participate in life. You know what I mean?
I was going to ask you now, what do you think about the scene, the music scene here in Cape Town? Like, what do you think we're lacking, and what can we do to like find solutions? What do you think are things that we can work on to just push the level?
Okay, I think firstly, number one is the quality. The quality of the stuff we put out, of our product. If I put my name on something and I use inferior quality, that's what I'm saying to people.
That's what you're saying.
And that's what I'm saying about myself also. I'm validating that to my soul, that I am not worth putting out a platinum selling CD. And that is the problem. That's the number one problem. But number two, there's too little money, man. So people tend to keep it for themselves. They take this bitchy because he's only going to get 30,000 for the show, so how can he still share with you? Do you understand? So it's that kind of thing. So people keep it in a divide, and because we are Cape Townians, every single Cape Townian I've ever met have their own mind. Nobody follows one another. Do you understand? And that is why, because now you're going to say, my bro, man is gevaarlijk, and then he's going to say, nah, he's alright, and the other one is going to say, nah, you don't even know me. Do you understand? Because we are so divided, we don't have like a uniform thought. And I think as a nation, we are still growing, man. We're young. We're like a couple of 100 years old as a race, as a nation of the world. You understand? But to answer your question, I think that we are just where we are now, man. And that's why I was also put here. I used to say when I was younger, why was I born in the ghetto? I couldn't have a rich family with millions, and I mean I could have lived my life, but then I realized my energy is important for this world. So God hid me till I was old enough.
Lekker.
You understand?
Volgens purpose van your leven.
Yeah, that's my purpose.
Lovely. Tell me, how can the people out there support you? If you have social media, how can the community, or if someone is watching that are rich, how can they support you?
Okay, I have a group. We are called Incipient Greed. It's my crew, a hip hop crew. Couple of years ago, we put out some tracks. There's a few tracks we didn't put out that we plan to push for 2017. But since then, we've all been working our solo careers.
Okay.
So as a collective, we are Sebastian, and then Alium. Alium is my next door neighbor. We go as IB. But and on a solo level, I'm BeArtRap, and I'm also putting out the album now. I'm releasing my first single in 2 months.
Awesome! Yeah. And what is that about? Please tell us
the
about
single is called Zavitmus. Zavitmus, yeah. Basically, it's a dancey, up-tempo kind of feel, and it's to tell our people, you know who you are. Zavitmus wie ze is.
Can you do like an intro vibe? Just the intro van Zavitmus. Just a mini.
Okay.
Ne? Asseblief. Lekker.
Zavitmus, 'n bord kos Zavitmus. Vir ek diep top. Zavitmus. As I pocketed the thought, I had bought money, I brought to my hand, bought me some patience, a plan, business, I'm off to the bank. How are you seeing yourself? My life is abundantly stacked. Pack it the tracks, move it like tuck on the flats. Real is the truth, but fact is a fact. Back to the trap, I and a B, E and a V, E and a R, Y and a T, H and a I, N and a G. Spell it for me, J, Zavitmus V, S, D. Zavitmus V, S, D, C, P, T, to J, H, B. Te weet mos wie is DJ. Te weet mos wie is die.
I was going to go dance, yeah. BeArtRap, te weet mos. Hey, I'm going to battle thinking, nah. I was going to ask to battle you, so I thought, nah, I'm going to lose, yeah. Any advice to the young ones out there, the MCs, the youngsters, any advice you can give them?
Well, it's basically like find yourself, man, because no other person can be you. So basically, like I was saying, only you can walk in your shoes, man. Do you understand? So on that grounds, I'm basically saying, don't follow what your brother's doing. Don't follow what the other one is doing, because only you can be you. And if you are gonna follow somebody else, the purpose you were supposed to have is gonna lack in this world. I mean, it's gonna be missing. Do you understand? Because if I am not me, if I'm trying to be somebody else, then why am I here?
Yes, what's your purpose then?
Yeah, why am I here? Why do I exist if I didn't have my own thing to do?
Sure, that's
Do you understand? And like in the past, I've lost a lot of I'll say loved ones because of my belief, because I came to a point where I found that if I'm gonna live my life on the grounds of someone else, ek sê dit so maar so, God gaat vir my vra, wat het sy gemaak? Moenie vir my sê van Melly.
Niks met niks op te doen nie.
Don't tell me about wat het sy gemaak? What did you do? Because you had a choice. Like I was telling my friend yesterday, if we didn't have that, God would be in our lives every day. Hy sal vir jou pak gee.
Heeltyd.
Do you understand? Parikai was that? Wat gaat sy maak, man? How are you seeing yourself, basically?
Sy weet mos. Wat gaan jy maak? Thank you so much for sharing your story. Ek is so inspired. Ek het amper gehuil aan die middel van dit. But thank you so much. We're wishing you all the best for the future.
Thank you.
That's it from us from the Walk with Mel, guys. Signing out. Woo!
Keep thanks.
Stop,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Awesome, guys.
Mr. Cameraman.
What do you call this?
Kijk,
Oh, wat dat is?
Ze weet mos, een boot kost, ze weet mos. Voordat ik tip, top, ze weet mos. Ze weet mos, ze weet mos. Ze weet mos, ze weet mos. As I pocket the thought I had bought money I brought to my hand. Bought me some patience, a plan, business, I'm off to the bank. How are you seeing yourself? My life is abundantly stacked. Pack it and pack it, the tracks. Move it like duck on the flax. Real is the truth, but fact is a fact. Back to the trap, I in a B, E in a V, E in a R.
BeArtRap, Cape Flats. The song's entitled Boundless. This is for all my brothers and sisters. BeArtRap. Yo, I'm boundless. When I pick up a word, I sound it. Articulating architectural, structural nouns rounded. I found this me on the flats in the mic profound with Cape Town in my heart, woman, sea breeze and the mountains. My city's infinite, so am I. Mitchell's plain as I pronounce it. I proclaim his heart and soul we bind to boundless. My brother get up, my sister get up. Let's never let up or forget that we bind to boundless. You more than all, but you infinite, all rounded. You got the gift, you must just want to find the founded. I'm here for you as long as I love all sounders. Poetry with a flowy technique, soles of a feet, stomp of a beat, pump of my heart, pen with a leak, tongue with a gift, spit and a cheek, mic in a beat, chord and a key, sight and belief. I'm BeArtRap from Cape Flats in Cape Town. I'm Cape Town. I'm BeArtRap from Cape Flats in Cape Town. I'm Cape Town. Mitchell's Plain is my city, ghetto got the nummer. Drug abuse, rape gange, gangs baie honger. All pay vir baie kinders, baie minder ouers. Baie skole, many mense and more structures. But then it's how we are and who we are and what we eat. What type of sound we make and how we take what we receive. Cape Flats is my heart and it beat. A unique sound coupled with talents and gifts. I add drive and in the mix I find boundless. Though my city look crappy, we have sunny and happy. We have gifted in hard work, rhythm and magic. Dance culture and classics. Rap legends like Devious and Gali kapot siya so samal in die plein. Ek sika heel stokkie. En dat sy my nie ingooi nie, sy pottie, pottie. Amal speel 'n rol hier as die kot van die stokkie. Kry 'n liepe laat dit omkom, skep my 'n pitchie. BeArtRap, give thanks.
BeArtRap.